Hey everyone, it's Froggy, and I'm back again with another episode of Hakuoki Kyoto Winds. So let's just go ahead and figure out what's going on with Okita. As I stepped toward him, he threw out a hand and twisted his face upward and to glare at me.
大丈夫。だから、
You don't sound very fine.
君はそこでじっとしていて。
It was the sheer force of his personality that stopped me, not just his words. For a little while, he coughed as if his lungs were going to collapse. Eventually, his coughing slowed, then began to subside. His cough finally ended, and he wiped his sweat and looked up. Okita, is something wrong?
何が?
I mean, why don't we find somewhere to rest? You don't look too well.
顔色が悪いのは君を追いかけて走ってきたせいだよ。それに今は巡察の最中でしょ。
But
もう大丈夫さ。落ち着いたから。それよりもさっきの人、カオルさんのことだけど、生殺事件のことを確かめたかった気持ちはよくわかる。大事なことだからね。
Notice board incident. The Shinsengumi arrested people responsible for moving the Sanjo Ohashi notice board put up by the government.
でも、それならなおのこと、一人で動くのは無謀だよ。もし彼女が敵で、仲間が近くに隠れてたら、どうするつもりだったの？君一人で対処できた？
Well,
無用な心配だったって言い切れる？彼女が君をおびき寄せるつもりだったとしたら、この場所は人目にもつかないし、叫んでも声が届きにくい格好の襲撃場所だよ。
you're right. She hadn't tried to attack me, but Okita was right. Next time I might not be so lucky. I could have easily run into a trap.
巡察に同行している以上、行動には注意してくれないと。君は役立たずの子供なんだってこと、少しは自覚したら。
I gripped my fist and looked down. Sorry. I felt bad causing him extra stress, so I apologized and he sighed.
やれやれ。お説教なんて柄じゃないんだけどね。妙な遠慮はやめなよ。頼るべき時は頼ればいいんだからさ。君には散々迷惑かけられてるし、今さら何とも思わないけどね。
He let out a snort of laughter. That night, after everyone else had gone to bed, I lay awake thinking about what had happened. I couldn't forget what Okita had said. A useless kid. He was right. Compared to the captains, no. Even compared to the weakest Shinsengumi foot soldier, I was pathetic. I had been lying there, staring at the ceiling. My actions today were no doubt reckless. I mean, if this happened a little while ago, I'm sure I would have been killed, no questions asked. The fact that I got away with just a lecture shows that they're starting to trust me a little more, but I couldn't go on like this. Tomorrow, I start working harder. But no sooner had I closed my eyes. What? There was a crash from the hallway outside my room. I rolled up out of my bed just as the door exploded into my room. Standing in the hole was one of the Shinsengumi's soldiers. Is something wrong? I called out to him, despite being incredibly alert and guarded, but the soldier remained quiet. Did you need something? Oh god. Huh? I squinted to get a clearer picture. Oh, okay. Just then, his hair instantly turned white. His eyes were ominously red, and he looked directly at me. He was one of the Furies. To top it off, he was completely mad. Just like the warrior that I saw that one night in Kyoto. I had to call for help. I couldn't possibly face a deranged superhuman monster on my own. I inhaled, preparing to call for help. No, I couldn't call for help. If I did, then I could risk jeopardizing the Shinsengumi's secret about the Furies. That would spell disaster for the Shinsengumi. I had to find another way. The Fury, unfortunately, was not similarly encumbered by doubts. Ah! His sword hissed through the air, and I felt the metal of the blade burn into the flesh of my arm. Ah! A sharp pain seared into thought from my wound. The Fury saw my blood dripping, and his eyes became even more mad. Blood sprang from the cut. I pressed down on it desperately with my free hand, but to no avail. Thick, red liquid spilled between my fingers, fled down my arm and onto the floor. The Fury became increasingly erratic, and he started licking the blood-stained sword. He began to creep toward me, his movements odd and jerky, like a massive spider. Oh no. My back slammed against the wall. I'm gonna die. Just when I prepared myself for death, I suddenly remembered Okita's words from earlier that day.
妙な遠慮はやめなよ。頼るべき時は頼ればいいんだからさ。
Okita, everyone, someone help! He was down on his hands and knees, licking my spilt blood off the floor. There was no samurai there. It seemed what little humanity he had left him entirely. I used his distraction to gain distance from him. Please, I begged to any god who might be listening, let someone come. He looked up from the floor. My sleeves were soaked in blood from the cut on my arm. His eyes locked onto it, and I saw them light up with an animalistic hunger. His grin was a nightmarish thing. He kicked the floor roughly and came charging at me. No! There was no doubt he was going to kill me. I froze. I heard a voice from nearby, and I immediately followed the orders and ducked. The Fury seemed to be shocked to see Hijikata coming out of nowhere. The Fury spun to attack Hijikata, but the commander's sword was faster. His twisted cry reverberated from the room's walls. He writhed in agony, but his wounds started to heal immediately. Yes. I ran to his side. I heard other footsteps pounding down the hallways.
無事かこいつまさかこいつこの間落ち水を飲まされた大使だなここまで狂っちまっちゃ生かしておくわけにはいかねえか
At some unspoken signal, a chorus of blades slid from their scabbards.
新発案佐野さん抜かるんじゃねえぞてめえ誰に物を言ってやがるんだ
羅刹だろうがなんだろうが波の大使に遅れを取るわけねえだろ
They fanned quickly, circling the wounded soldier. There was no escape.
悪く思うなよ。
The captains all attacked at once, and the Fury was killed almost instantly. The excitement was over. Or so I thought. But it hadn't been only the captains who'd heard my cry for help.
まったくこんな夜中に何の騒ぎですの？伊藤さん。
Itu rubbed his still sleepy eyes, stepped into the room and froze.
何なのですかこれは。そこの大使には見覚えがありますわ。確か待機違反で切腹させたはずでは。
The code, Shinsengumi regulations that were to be strictly obeyed. Okay.
それにこの地、あなた方の仕業ですの？伊藤さん、違うんだ。これはさ。何が違うのですか？幹部総出で寄ってたかって大使をなぶり殺しにするなんて。誰か説明なさい。一体何があったんです？
Itu was fuming and screaming.
皆さん申し訳ありません。私の不注意が原因です。
Sanin! Seeing Sanin, Itu's eyes grew wide.
三男さん？
It's okay, it's a ghost. Don't worry, it's fine.
なぜ亡くなったはずのあなたがここに？
The captains fell silent. Eventually,
これ以上隠し通すこともできねえか。雪村、お前は席を外してろ。今夜は俺の部屋を使って構わねえ。
I know me being here won't do anything, but I wonder if they'll be alright. Would they be able to explain the situation enough to Itu so that he wouldn't freak out? There was so much to worry about, but Hichikata looked at me sternly.
聞こえねえのか。席を外せって言ったんだ。
Okay. I was worried, but I knew there was nothing else that I could do, so I left the room. Huh? Is it morning already? The birds chirping woke me up. I shot up, thrown off initially because the ceiling was unfamiliar to me. I remembered that Hichikata had told me to stay in his room for the night. And at the same time, the events of last night were beginning to flood into my mind. The warrior who'd gone mad. The pain of the blade slicing my arm. I touched my right arm, wrapped in bandages. I couldn't feel a throbbing pain anymore, so I took off my bandages to see my injury. Of course it's healed. What had been an ugly open wound the night before was now little more than a faint white line. In a few days, even that would be gone. I wouldn't need any bandages anymore, but... well, I guess it's good that the wound is gone, but if anyone else sees this... I wrapped myself back up again. It'll be inconvenient to wear, but... I'm going to pretend that I still have this injury. I wonder what everyone is doing. I decided I'd head to the common room to see what's going on. Right, so we have super healing. We have rejuvenation. Maybe we are a demon.
あなたは
Hey guys, what's up? I'm gonna get to you guys in the next episode, I think. So I hope you guys enjoyed this one. If you want to see more videos from me, then don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Thanks for watching.